Welcome everybody. First of all, happy Holi to everyone, and welcome to the Afghanistan team, head coach Mr. Ashley Westwood and captain Harun Amiri. Request everyone to please remain silent. Welcome to the pre-match press conference of the FIFA World Cup 2026 and AFC Asian Cup 2027 joint preliminary round 2 qualifiers, Group A match, India versus Afghanistan. I'll start with one question each to the coach and to Amiri, and then we'll proceed to the questions from the media. Coach, first of all, you're no stranger to football here in India, so, and obviously you've had your first point in the previous match, so what are your thoughts on the upcoming game?
Hello everyone, happy Holi, Namaste, as David James says, I'll repeat him. No, thanks for having us. Obviously we know what kind of game we're in for, very tough game. You know, India only a few weeks ago were ranked 102 in the world, they're now 117, so that's considerably higher than us. And obviously they have the benefit of playing in the ISL. You know, the ISL has gone from strength to strength over 10-11 years that it's been working. You know, I've said before that all the Indian players are extremely fit, they're all well conditioned, they all eat correctly. You know, you don't see too many soft tissue injuries now in India, you don't see players getting cramp, and they all work with foreign coaches, and you know, the Indian coaches as well, you know, a lot of them have all received their AFC Pro license, so football has been getting stronger in India over the 10-11 years that I've known it. So with that in mind, you know, with the results India have had in the past, we know we're in for a very tough game. You know, we have the benefit of having the first game where we've had a look at each other, you know, a little bit like a sparring contest, if you like. In boxing, we've both had a little feel, and obviously tomorrow is kind of the grand final. A lot at stake for both teams. You know, it can put us all both in a good position, and we're aware of India's strengths, we're aware of our capabilities, and like any football match, we're just really looking forward to the contest and testing ourselves and see if we can improve a little bit more from where we came in November when I took over.
Amiri, coming to you, obviously you're also no stranger to playing here in India. You played India quite a few times as well for the national team. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, hi everybody, happy Holi, and yeah, of course it's always good to be back in India. Of course I spent a lot of time here in India and playing in different clubs, but yeah, to play with the national team always is different, and it was always good competition when we play against India. So as I say on the last game before the game, that India always bringing good point of us that we play against India good, and I always wanted to give our best against India. So now it is the same country, same team. So we are looking forward for tomorrow game.
Okay, we'll take questions from the media. Please, if you can have a show of hands. The Afghanistan team media officer, please wait for the mic. Yeah, pass it the mic.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. مصطفی هاشمی هستم، مسئول نشرات فدراسیون فوتبال افغانستان، همچنین خبرنگار ورزشی افغانستان. سوال ما از کاپیتان تیم ملی فوتبال کشور ما اسلام الدین امیری هست که آخرین بازی خودش در رقابت‌های مقدماتی جام برای تیم ملی کشورش افغانستان انجام میده و می‌خوایم بپرسم از اسلام الدین امیری که چه احساس دارد و اینکه برای آخرین بار برای کشورش بازی میکنه، در طول بازی چگونه فرد رو به نظر خودش میتونه که روند بازی رو صورت نرمال دماغ. چون سوال است که مردم خواستن تا من از آقای امیری بپرسم و اینکه سالها برای تیم ملی فوتبال کشورش بازی کرد و امروز آخرین بازیش انجام میده، دو صورت تیم ملی کشورش در این بازی نتیجه میگیره یا خیر. من میخوایم که قطعا که دو صورت من میخوایم از آقای امیری بپرسم که در مراسم خداحافظی خودش آیا
Is that a question? May I ask, is that a question or are you giving a P2C? Because that's not allowed. Sorry.
I want to ask about Amiri, that what is the reaction that the last the last match against India, because always our match against India is special. And what is your message to Afghan, especially? Message for Afghan, that is your
Should I answer in my language or English?
In English for everyone.
صحبت کو که آمانی به تیم تیم از هم پاشیده بود دوباره به تیم آمد تیم دوباره سرپا شد خوب از همین داریم برای پیام کنیم.
Yeah, Amidi, I think you can start. Yeah.
So his question is that how I feel that I'm playing my last game tomorrow for the Afghanistan national team. Of course, it's emotional. It's been 20 years I'm playing for the national team, captain the national team, and the first ever trophy we bring to the national team on 2013 SAF Championship when we beat India in the final. So, of course, I'm proudly announcing my retirement, that tomorrow is my last game, and of course emotional, but proudly I can say that I enjoy my time to the national team. And he asked me the second question, that how I feel about tomorrow's game, and when I come back to the national team, the team was not on that good condition, but of course now everything is good. We're looking forward for tomorrow's game, and yeah, thank you.
Next question, sir, please.
Yes, Mr. Actually, you are from a world-class football playing country, is it not? Within a spell of time, you have given a lot of improvement in the Afghanistan football. What is your comment? Again, the like.
You're from a world-class football playing country. What is your comment on the Indian football team, right?
I see that in a very short period of time, how you bring Afghanistan football to such competition.
No, I think obviously coming from England and studying football in England as a player and then a coach and doing my licenses with the English FA. In England it takes roughly about 7-8 years to complete your badges. It costs probably about £30,000. It's quite extensive. So just regards making improvements to Afghanistan in the short space of time, just having a clear idea of what we want to do, how we want to play, putting in the right information, many ways to train a team, whether that's on the field, whether it's physical, tactical, whether it's presentations, man management. There's many facets into improving a team, and there's no right and wrong answers. I just try and use my experience. I've got a little bit of history of getting good performances out of teams, and I'm just trying to give my knowledge and experience to the players, and also creating a nice team spirit. I believe in the short space of time from November to now, our spirit in the camp is very, very good. The players are all happy, they're all loud, they're jovial. We have many laughs together, we have good camaraderie, we have a great team spirit and morale. And when we work, we're very serious about our work, and we give good information, and we all respect each other, and we try hard for one another. And like I say, no secret, everyone has different styles. That's kind of my style, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And as of yet, we've made very small strides. We're nowhere near where we want to be, but we're improving every day, and that's all you can ask for.
Next question.
Good afternoon, Ashley. How difficult has it been for you to assemble this squad, given the hardships that you're facing with the news of the players and someone not willing to join the camp? Also, given you have to play in a different country other than the nation that you're representing.
To be honest, there's certainly not enough time to tell you how difficult it's been. I'm not one to pat myself on the back and blow my own trumpet, but I can assure you there's been incredible amounts of work. Me, Amiri, my assistant Matt Holland, my physio Scott Tompkins. We are reliant on FIFA and other countries to help us financially, so we're always last minute. It was only, I think we travelled to Saudi Arabia on the 10th of March, but on the 8th of March, me, Amiri and Matt, we spent 24 hours on the phone constantly, whether I did 7 hours and Amiri did 7 hours and Matt did 7 and I'd do 3, whatever, and we had to book almost 350 flights, because every player was, we had to provide, my route was obviously Sydney to Saudi to here, but there's about 4 or 5 different legs within that, so it's been, as well as coaching, it's been really hard. You obviously have to speak to the players, you have to try and convince players to come back, you have to promise certain things and then you have to deliver. So I won't go into all the details, but it's been very hard. The football match is the easy stuff. The logistics and the psychology and the arm round shoulders and all that stuff is outside of football, but it's something part of this job and something we're learning and we're trying hard with. And like I say, we're just trying now, hopefully look forward to the match. Once tomorrow comes and we get up, I think I'll probably have myself an hour free, which has not been happened over the last 3 or 4 months.
Next question.
Hi Ashley. Hi Harun. My question is a two-part question. First of all, I would like to ask Ashley that given that you have worked in India for a long time and you have happened to train Sunil Shetty as well, did that play any effect in coping the effect of Sunil Shetty in the last match? And also, how do you expect Afghanistan to feel in this game against India now, knowing that we are playing at home? Is there going to be any change in the system, or could we expect the same thing?
Yeah, I think regards Sunil, it doesn't matter that I know him, doesn't matter that I've seen him, trained him. At the end of the day, we approach that like we would any player from any other team, being one of their key players. You do your match analysis, you do your opposition analysis, and you identify strengths and you try and eliminate them. Obviously Sunil, as we know, is one of the strengths of Indian football, strength of the national team, Bengaluru FC as well, and we respect him as a top player. So we approach that as if it was Messi or Ronaldo, whoever you want. Every team has top players. India have many, so it doesn't matter that it's Sunil and I know him. It's just the fact that he's a good player, and we try and eliminate as much as we can their strengths, and he happens to be one of them. And the second question was.
Yeah, second question is for Harun. Knowing that you will be playing your last game tomorrow, first of all, congratulations on the retirement. Any plans for coaching in the future, especially in India?
He doesn't know the team yet, so he doesn't know his last game. He could be subbed.
Right, okay. Good like that. Any plan in coaching in the future?
No, I don't know. I don't have any idea, to be honest. I didn't think about what I'm going to do after that. But yeah, as a coach said, I don't know if I'm playing or not. But yeah, so looking forward. Let's see. Hopefully I can enjoy my last game. And what's going to be after that, I don't know. So let's see how it's going to happen.
Next question.
Hello, coach.
Hello.
I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My name is Amitav and I represent the Hindu newspaper. The last game you had against India gave out a lot about your ability to defend and attack. So how does that performance influence your game tomorrow? How are you looking towards it?
No, we just obviously take confidence now that we can keep a clean sheet. I was just looking through some of the stats, and over the last 17 games, Afghanistan, I think, have took 2 clean sheets. So there's an improvement. We haven't shipped a goal. We haven't scored one, of course. We did score one against Qatar. So that puts me 1 in 3, which we need to improve on. It just gives us confidence because we're going into this game tomorrow now with the mindset that we have a chance of winning. And if we're being honest, against Qatar we had no chance of winning. We could have played that game 400 times and we may have improved and lost 7-0, not 8. They are way above us. The Kuwait game, we look forward to playing them next after this. Obviously Qatar before, because we're improving and we're going into tomorrow's game with a genuine chance of getting a result, and that's giving us confidence. And that's not because of anything India have done wrong. We know they're a really good side and they've done fantastic things again over the last 10 years, but it's just because we've improved. So we are confident of putting a performance on and having a chance of getting a result, and that's good for us. It's a good feeling because in the past we've gone into games where we honestly haven't really had a chance of getting a result, but tomorrow we have, because of the way we've improved, and nothing to do with anybody else.
Next question.
Coach, I'm Ujjwal from Cosmos. My question is that after the last result against India, do you think you have an edge? You kind of spoke about the same right now, but do you think you have an edge and you should be going for the 3 points? And also one more thing, I just wanted to add that with India's play from the wing, do you think it's sort of, if you can be very honest, is it sort of predictable probably to counter them from the center of the pitch, and maybe if there is not enough creativity, you know that maybe goals won't come?
No, India, I think they're well balanced. They're a good side. I won't disrespect them by saying that they do this wrong or do that wrong or should do this. they're a good side and they're favourites to win tomorrow. Let's also be honest about that. No, it's we're just concentrating on ourselves. You know, we've got a game plan, we've got a style that we want to implement, and we'll do the best we can. We're obviously coming here, you know, to try and win the game because we have to. That's kind of our philosophy anyway, so that won't change. You know, tactics, we might make a few tweaks here and there. Personnel, we may make a change here and there. But we're in good spirits and we're looking forward to it. You know, that's as much as we need to say. Again, we fully respect India and we're just looking forward to that game.
Next question.
Hi, this is Rahul from Pressmeet.
Just put it close.
My question for Amin.
Yeah, just.
So Amin, my question is, last time when Afghanistan played in India, it was at Kolkata, and you last minute goal from Sahal spoiled your party and you didn't manage to get the 3 points. So this time again you are back in India, and also after such an impressive performance at your home ground. So this time you are looking at this game as an unfinished business this time?
To be honest, always the game against India was like close. Every time we play against India, either they score last minute, either we score last minute, or either it's a draw. It was close. It was not something that can say that okay, who is the favorite. So again, tomorrow we go on the game for a win, as the coach said that we have our plan. The coach has his plan, so we can just go and follow, and we're gonna improve every day. As you said that last time we did a mistake, and even in Tajikistan last minute they scored against us. So from that we have to learn, and we have to go looking forward, and we have to go forward. That's it.
Next question.
Hi Ashley, good to see you. So we discussed about the difficulties that you face when you have taken over this role of the management. So what are the challenges that you face when you're trying to inculcate a culture or a coaching philosophy on a new team, on a new set of players who are already facing so many challenges off the field? So how do you go about it?
I think when you have challenges in football or diversity, the football match, the training is a distraction from that first and foremost. So everyone as a footballer likes to play football, get on the training field and play games. You know, our challenges are mostly logistical. I think it was easy for me to set a stall out when I first came in. We just basically stripped it back. You know, we had 19 Afghanistan-based players because we knew they would give their 100%, and that's what we put as our framework, as our minimum requirement. Any player that comes in, you know, listens, you know, works hard, is a team member and gives 100%, and anybody that tries to do anything outside of that, then we just get rid of. You know, we're fortunate that there's many Afghanistans placed all the way around the world. You know, the task is trying to find them, obviously check where they've been playing, check their fitness levels. But the challenges with national team football is you never get enough time. Obviously we've heard, you know, Igor Stimac talk before about when he gets a long camp, he normally gets a good result, because you don't get enough time in international football. The higher you go, the better ranked team you get. You know, the more reliable the players are coming in. You know, one of my challenges is that a lot of my players don't even have a club. You know, I think 3 of my starting 11 from the other night have no club. So that's a big challenge because they're not playing football day in, day out, and the fitness levels aren't quite where you need to be. So you have to spend a lot of time with them outside of camps, touching base regular, trying to implement programs, asking them what they've been doing. You know, we use technology to try and get the players to log what they've been doing, so we can keep a little bit of a monitor on them. But it's very, very hard. As a national team manager, you're only relying on where your players are playing in terms of your fitness levels, which is why, again, I think India have a huge advantage on us, because their players are playing a high standard in the ISL and they're playing regular. So my challenge is to try and get my players up to the right levels, but as a national team manager you don't get enough time to do that. So there's many hard twists and turns as a national team manager, but you know, it's even harder when your players aren't playing regular.
Hi coach, following up on what you just said, coach, we heard some reports that you and the team were in Saudi Arabia for a long duration before the match, and you also got to play some friendlies to prepare for the game against India. Could you shed some light on that, and how much did that affect in the result that you guys produced?
Yeah, I think we went to Saudi Arabia for 3 weeks in January, but a lot of the players that came there were kind of trialists, to be honest, and a lot of them aren't here. because they haven't made the final squad. You know, we train in January for 3 weeks, but we now sit here on the 25th of March. In football, if you do nothing for 2 weeks, you detrain. So the January camp really was more about me learning some things about some players that are in this squad, but regards having an advantage from that, you know, that's here and gone. It's like saying Igor Stimac had a 4-week training camp last June. You know, that's been and gone. You know, it doesn't really make any difference, to be honest. It gave me a chance to understand some of my players and build some, you know, philosophy tactical wise and implement something. But again, I would say probably at least 50-40% of those players are no longer here. So it doesn't really give us too much. You know, with this time we formed on the 12th of March, really. I think our first training session was in Saudi, so maybe we had 3 days head start on India. So that doesn't really give us too much. Coming back from India, we was a little bit clever, I suppose, in our travel. You know, we reached Bangalore at 7 p.m. the day before India reached here at 2 p.m. because we were a little bit more organised in that. So we take a slight advantage from that because we managed to sleep in Bangalore. We had a nice meal, we got up for breakfast, while India was travelling all around the world via, I don't know where they came from. So that gives us something, but you know, they're in the driving seat, they're the favourites. We respect them as top opponents, and if we're not 100% as good as we can be, we'll get beat. It's as simple as that.
We'll take 2 last questions.
Ashik from Sports question for Ashley. On how to ask a question to you about Sunil's career. Considering his team is 150th international game tomorrow. Obviously, you had him in 2013 Bengaluru FC. Can you tell us through the influence or which you had on his game when he came to Bengaluru FC, and did you expect him to carry on and have this standing in this game 10 years on?
Yeah, I think with Sunil, I just tried to give him advice from a mentor, if you like, as a seasoned profession that managed to play till he was 35 in England, where it's very competitive, it's very tough. You know, it's hard to stay in football for so long in England because the competition's so good, the players coming through from the academies are so good. There's always somebody younger and cheaper, so it's hard to stay in, and to stay in you've got to give you 100%, you've got to be at peak physical fitness, and it was just the guidance in that, really, telling him the importance of working hard off the ball for the team, you know, telling him to be selfless and work for the team, and Sunil is a magnificent professional. He's got to be one of the all-time greatest sportsmen in Indian sports. You know, the way he's conducted himself off the field, on the field, the fitness levels is maintained even as he's got older. You wouldn't know, you know, his body's in tip-top shape, and off the field you don't hear a bad story about him because he's a model professional and person, and I couldn't speak highly enough of him for what he's done for Indian football, and also, I suppose, reinforce what I know about football. If you do it correctly, which Sunil has done, you last and you get to the end. So my relationship with him is good, and he's a fantastic human and professional, and he should go down in Indian history.
We'll take one final question. Show of hands. Okay, if there are no questions, we'll wrap up the press conference. Okay, you want to say something?
Yeah.
Please.
I just wanted to say something at the last. I didn't get an opportunity to thank the coach. To be honest, it's a pleasure to play under you, and I want to thank him that he came in such a short notice of time, take the Afghanistan national team in a time that we were not in a good situation, to be honest. I want to thank you in front of everybody. I want to thank him and his staff, that what he did for us in this short period of time, it is unbelievable. I don't think so without you we will be here till now, so I want to thank you and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay, maybe you are playing tomorrow.